Hare Krishna, everyone. So let's start with our best offering obeisances to the Krishna, Radha, Rani, and Srila Prabhupada, and all the Vaishnava family. So, Namayom Vishnupadaya, Krishna Prastaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta, Swami Nitinamine. Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Pasyate Desutarini Jayo Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrunda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, everyone. ISKCON Mangaluru welcomes you all in our Bhakti Vriksha week 8. Yay, we are halfway today, okay? Total we have 16 classes, but I'm very proud of you all joining, listening the Krishna Leela. Listening Krishna Leela is also a punya, right? You're going to accumulate the punya in your account. So we always wanted to do good deeds. So this is one of the good deeds. You're starting your day with the listening Krishna Leela. And you all must be starting your day with the chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So, which is very good. So let's start the first one. We learned so far all the Leela is going to be today review as well. Whoever demon was killed by Krishna so far. So we're going to study that as well today as a review. So starts with the Swati, would you like to read this first?
Yes, ma'am. Worshipping Govardhana Hill. Krishna and Balarama watched the cow herd men preparing a ceremony. Krishna asked, "My dear father, what is this all about?" Nanda Maharaj said, "My dear boy, our family does this every year because we need water so much. We must show thanks to Indra by sending us the cloud of the cloud to pour down enough rain to grow the vegetables." Hare Krishna.
So we learned this, in order to grow the grain, what do you need? Rain, right? We are human, we stay on a grain. To get a grain, we need a rain. And to rain, what we need to do? Follow the Vedas and do the sacrifices, do the yagnas, right? So that's what they were doing it. They wanted to do perform the yagnas for Indra. And who is Indra? Indra is a Pragya?
Indra is Arjuna's father, real father.
I am not 100% sure about that, but Indra is a god for rain, right? So they worshiping the Indra, but I'll get back with you in Pragya, okay? So Indra is a god for the rain, so they are worshipping him. And so Krishna went to Nanda Maharaj and he's very curious and he's asking, "My dear father, why are you doing this? And what is this arrangement, one great sacrifice is for? What is the result of such a sacrifice, and how is it performed? And can you kindly explain me all this?" So Nanda Maharaj think like, "Oh, you're a very little boy. Is he going to understand all this I'm explaining?" Because Nanda Maharaj thinks that he's just a little boy, right? But Krishna said, please explain it to me. I wanted to hear that. So this ceremonial, so Krishna, father says that this ceremony we perform every year. He says our family does this every year. And because rainfall is due to the mercy of Indra, and the clouds are his representative. And because water is so important for our living, we must show our gratitude to the controller of this rainfall. That's what Nanda Maharaj explained to the Krishna. So we are arranging this to King Indra because he very kindly sets us the sends a cloud and pours down a sufficient amount of rain So successful agriculture activities can be happen. Water is very important. So that's what he explains. So after hearing this, Krishna is a supreme personality of Godhead, right? So in the presence of his father and all the cowherd men, what he says, that's what's coming next. So let's read this. Pragya,
Yes.
read the second paragraph, please.
Okay. But Krishna asked his father to stop the sacrifice. There's no need for this. Please begin a special ceremony to worship the local Brahmanas and Govardhana hill, and let us have nothing to sow with Indra. Make very nice food like dal, halwa, poha, puri, sweet rice, sweet balls, sandesa, rasgullas, and laddu. Ask Brahmanas to chant Vedic songs and offer grains to fire. Then decorate all the cows and feed them well. Give the money and grains in charity to the Brahmas and feed every man and animal with nice prasadam. After feeding grass to the cows, the ceremony known as Govardhana Puja may begin. This ceremony will much satisfy me.
Hare Krishna. So what is this explaining? He's saying to his father to stop this sacrifice. Even though Nanda Maharaj explained that for rain we have to worship the Indra. But we learn in the Gita, anything you do, you don't have to go to the demigod. You go straight to the Krishna. And Krishna can fulfill all your wishes. So here he's saying that there is no need for this. Please begin to do this, begin to a special ceremony to worship the local Brahmanas and Govardhana Hill, because Govardhana Hill is providing us everything. So nothing to do with the Indra. So let's offer everything to Govardhana Hill, because everybody don't know the Govardhana Hill, but it's a form of Krishna. So ask Brahmana to chant the Vedic songs and offer the grains to the fire and decorate all the cows. So it's like a fair. You all must be into the fair, right? So where you see the, hold on just a second. Okay. I'm sorry, having a problem. Okay. So in the fair, you see all this kind of cows are decorated, and then lots of food, different foods, very nice food. And after feeding the grass to the cow, the ceremony known as a Govardhan Puja. So he explained how to do the Govardhan Puja. Krishna explained it. If you do this ceremony, that will satisfy me. Krishna is saying that rain, when falls, rain falls in the ocean, it falls in the ground. Does ocean need more water? No, right? Even this, regardless, it drops everywhere water. So why worship Indra? And we are living in a Vrindavan. Like the Vrindavan is the forest, nothing more. So my dear father, do sacrifice which will satisfy the local Brahmana and Govardhana Hill. We have nothing to do with Indra. So that's what he is saying, that do this ceremony just to satisfy me. The first question says, why did Nanda Raja say that they have worshipped to Lord Indra every year? What is the reason why Nanda Maharaj said that they have to worship the Lord Indra? Purnima? We just said it, in order to get a grain, what do we need?
Rain.
So who gives the rain?
Indra.
Indra, right. So Indra gives the rain. And what worship did Krishna advise his father to perform instead of worshiping Lord Indra?
To the Govardhan Hill.
Govardhan Hill. Worship the Govardhan Hill and charity to the Brahmanas. So
Brahmanas.
Here in the picture, Krishna is very curious and he's asking, why are you, father, doing this? So that's what all the cowherd men are, and Nanda Maharaj is there, and he's asking that with the curiosity. So, first, would you like to read the next paragraph?
Yeah. And so, Nanda Maharaj got the Brahmanas and began to worship Govardhan Hill by chanting and offering tasty prasadam. Everyone in Vrindavan came with their decorated cows and feeding them. They kept the cows in the front and went around the Govardhan hill. The gopis led really nicely and sat in the bullock carts, chanting about the wonderful things Krishna did. The Brahmanas gave their blessing to cowherd men and their wives, the gopis. Then, in the front of everyone, Krishna turned himself into the huge and wonderful form. He said, I am Govardhan Hill, and he began to eat all the foods offered there.
Hare Krishna. Very good. So Nanda Maharaj called the Brahmanas and worshipped the Govardhan hill instead of doing the Indra Yagna. Yagnas for Indra. So they came with all decorated cow and feed them and kept the cow in the front of the Govardhan hill, dressed up nicely. And gopis are very nicely dressed up too. So Krishna turned himself into the huge wonderful form because he became very satisfied. And then he said, I am the Govardhan hill. And he began to eat all the food offered to the Govardhana hill. So isn't that nice to see the Krishna turn in a wonderful huge form like his original form? We talk about Krishna's story, we get delighted with that, right? And they are spending their time around Krishna, so that's very wonderful. So how did all devotees and Krishna celebrated Govardhan Puja? Like we learn in a Gita, Patram Puspam Phalam Toyam. So you see here, they offer the food, right? They offer the water. And how did the devotee and Krishna celebrated the Govardhan Puja? Who would like to answer this? Swati?
They celebrated the Govardhana Puja by offering foods and doing that homam. They'll tell me.
Doing the what?
Homam. That they'll tell no that.
Oh, okay.
Yagna.
Yagna. And who is a Yagna Purush? Is a Krishna, right? We learned that in a Gita as well, right? So everything Yagna goes to Krishna. So why do the demigod not doing straight for the Krishna? So what happened when they started doing the puja for Govardhana hill? So Indra became very, very angry. So what did he do? Let's read the Gargi.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. You read on the top and bottom both the whole thing, okay?
Okay. When Lord Indra saw that his sacrifice was stopped by Krishna, he became very angry. Indra called for the terrible Samvartaka cloud and said, Go over Vrindavana and cover everything with flood. I will also go riding on my elephant along with the great storm. I shall use all my strength to punish the people in Vrindavana. Ordered by King Indra, all the dangerous clouds went over Vrindavana and began to pour water with all their strength and power. There was constant thunder and lightning, severe winds and rain. Every man and animal in Vrindavana was shaking with cold and went to Krishna to take shelter.
Hare Krishna. Wonderful. So in the picture we see that there is thunder and very big storm and it just seems like too much water pouring down. And Indra, what he did, Indra called the cloud named what? Samvartaka. The Samvartaka cloud is not a normal or regular cloud. This cloud is initiated when there is a need to devastate the whole cosmic manifestation. It's not any other cloud, okay? So this cloud is very, very dangerous. And so as director of the clouds, like Indra sends the clouds. Indra called for the terrible, that cloud, and it flooded everywhere. And there was so much rain that everybody took the shelter of the lotus feet of Lord Krishna. So how did Indra try to punish the devotee in Vrindavan for stopping his worship? Vivan? Swati?
Ma'am, by calling Samvartaka and was giving a very harsh thunderstorm and flooded area.
And he also came along with the elephant, right? With the great storm, right? So
Yes, ma'am.
that's what happened. So, Vivan, are you there? Nitesh?
Yes, ma'am.
Vivan, go ahead, read you first, and then I'll give chance to Nitesh.
Little Krishna then picked up Govardhana hill with one hand, exactly as a child picks up a mushroom from the ground. He looked at all the devotees, my dear brothers, my dear father, my dear friends, now come under the umbrella of Govardhana hill, which I have just lifted. Do not be afraid that the hill will fall off my hand. Everyone and their animals stayed there for 1 week without feeling hungry or thirsty. They were simply amazed to see how Krishna held up the mountain with the little finger of his left hand. Hare Krishna, ma'am.
Hare Krishna, Vivan. Wonderful. So, Krishna is, how old Krishna is? Just 7 years old, okay? And he lift up the Govardhana hill like a mushroom, right? Picked up like a mushroom. It's very light. He picked up on his which hand?
Left
hand.
Left hand. And which finger? The pinky finger, right?
Pinky finger.
Pinky finger. Do you pick up your school bag on your pinky finger?
No, ma'am.
Yeah, you cannot lift up a pinky finger, the school bag on a pinky finger. He lifted up the whole Govardhana hill. So he's not a normal person. He's a supreme personality of Godhead. So what Indra did, Indra is not a demon, but he had envy on him. Like, why Krishna stop it? So he wanted to challenge the Krishna, like a little boy, he stopped my yagna for me. So let me do this. So he felt that he's so powerful. So he wanted to defy like the supreme personality of Godhead, supreme controller, right? Krishna. So he was puffed up and his materialistic position, right? He's puffed up, his materialistic position, and he wanted to challenge the supreme controller. So Krishna wants to teach him a lesson. That's why he lifted up the Govardhana hill now as the rain came so much and so much that thunder came. So everybody, he need to protect the Vrindavan people. So he lifted up this Govardhan hill like a umbrella and everybody stayed under it. And then he protected all the people. And the good thing is for 7 days and 7 nights, they stayed there and nobody feeling hungry or thirsty because God can make it anything happen, right? So how did Krishna protect the devotee from Indra's anger?
Lifting up Govardhan.
Lifting up Govardhana hill.
Right. And kept like an umbrella over all the people, right? So Nitesh?
Hare Krishna, ma'am.
Hare Krishna. Read the first paragraph, please.
Seeing the wonderful power of Krishna. Seeing the wonderful power of Krishna, Indra, the king of heaven, called for all the clouds and asked them to stop. There was sunshine again and the strong wind stopped. Now Krishna was known as the Little of Govardhana Hill. He said, "My dear friends, now you can leave and take your family and things back to your home because the danger is now ended. The flood are finished after they had cleared out everything." Lord Krishna very slowly put Govardhana Hill down where it had been before then. Going with his dear friends and animals, he went back to his own home. Hare Krishna, ma'am.
Nitesh, thank you. So seeing all this wonderful power of Krishna, Indra realized that what he did and who is this person, right? He is the supreme controller. He knew that. So he gave order to the clouds that go back and stop the rain. So, and then Krishna said, everybody that you all can go home. and danger is now ended. So they all went home. And so how did it become normal again in Vrindavan? By Pragya?
Yes.
Swati? Yeah. How did it become normal again?
Ma'am, by showing to ma'am, by Indra saw that he was not a small, he was not no one was a small boy, and he was the supreme personality of God.
So by how did it become normal? Because after seeing that, what did Indra do? Indra told the clouds to, called all the clouds and asked them to stop the rain. So the danger was over, right? Purnima?
Ma'am,
Yes, put the mic down and then read this one, please.
Indra, the king of heaven, understood now that he had behaved very badly and slowly came to say he was sorry to Krishna. My dear Lord, I was so proud that I thought you were taking my share of the offering away. Now, by your grace, I understood that you are the supreme. Therefore, my Lord, please forgive me and bless me so that I do not act so foolishly again. Hare Krishna, ma'am.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. So Indra, the king of heaven, understood that this is not a little boy, but he's a Krishna, Lord himself. So he apologized. He says that now I know that you are the Lord Krishna. You can appear anywhere according to your desire in any of your eternal form, Narayan, Krishna, Vishnu, right? So any form you can appear. You are the root of all the creation and the supreme soul of all living beings, right? We all know, right, from Gita, this soul and supreme soul lives in each and every living being. So due to my gross ignorance, he was in ignorance mode, right? We learn about 3 modes, goodness, passion, and ignorance. So he said, I was in a mode of ignorance and I created a great disturbance, Vrindavan by sending the rain and heavy hailstorm. So he's asking for forgiveness. We always have to remember that we are parts and parcel of God. We cannot harm anybody. We cannot, for our ego or for any purpose, we cannot make uncomfortable for anybody or say anything or do anything that hurts somebody's soul, right? So remember that. So why did Indra feel sorry for his mistake, Gargi? Are you there?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Indra understood that Krishna was the Supreme Lord, and he also realized his mistake.
His mistake.
Okay.
He realized his mistake. Is that what you said, right? Yeah. Okay. Hare Krishna. Very good, very good. Let's see. All right. Nitesh, can you read this one?
Hare Krishna, ma'am. Ma'am, Lord Krishna smiles and said that, ma'am. Ma'am?
Yes.
Ma'am, Lord Krishna smiles and said that, ma'am.
You can't see
Okay.
that?
Yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am.
Yes, go ahead, read that.
Lord Krishna smiled and said, my dear Indra, I have only stopped your sacrifice to show you that I am always your master. You should always remember that everything you have is coming from me. Everyone should always remember that I am the Supreme Lord. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Hare Krishna. So everything comes from Krishna. We know that Krishna is the owner of all the universes and everything comes from him. So Krishna always forgives when you ask for the apologies, right? And And I have only stopped your sacrifice to make you understand, remind you that everything has been coming from me. So that's why, yeah, the reason Krishna gave him. So what reason did Krishna give Indra for stopping his worship? That everything comes from him. And next paragraph is Swati.
After this, King Indra, the demigods, and the Surabhi cows worshipped Lord Krishna. They bathed him with Ganga water and milk from the Surabhi cows, which could give anything you wished for. Everyone sang and danced, and the demigods poured showers of flowers from the sky. The cows flooded the ground with their milk, and rivers watered the trees, making nice fruits and showered of different colors and tasted the smells. The trees poured drops of honey, and the hills, mountains gave nice plants and jewels. Because of Krishna, all these things happened very nicely, and so King Indra went back to his heavenly kingdom along with his kinds of demigods through outer space.
Hare Krishna. So because because Krishna, Supreme Controller, Supreme Personality of Godhead, is there. So Surabhi cow it's a special cow. It can give anything you wish for. So they bathed him in a Ganges water and milk from the Surabhi cow. We can see in this picture. See that? And we could give him anything you wish for. I just said it. So everything sang, danced, and it was like they were very happy to be around Krishna. And things impossible, like a mountain gives a nice plant and jewels, right? So not just a human being, but the nature was very happy, right? So nature was giving, like rivers flooded with rivers watered the trees, and ground flooded with the milk and fruits and flowers, different colors and taste and smell, and trees drop of honey coming out from the trees, right? So which is like things feels like very impossible, but anything can be possible when God is there, right? So how did Indra and all the devotees worship Krishna then? So we saw that here, right? Okay. So wonderful Krishna. Spurs?
Yeah, ma'am. Wonderful Krishna. All the people of Vindavana used to talk about wonderful times they had with Krishna. One said, "My dear friends, how is it possible that such an amazing boy would come and live with us in Vrindavana?
Live with
Just
us.
imagine, he is now only 7 years old, but he lifted Govardhana hill in one hand and held it just like the king of elephants hold a lotus flower."
Hare Krishna. Thank you. So,
Ma'am, I have to lead next also.
hold on just a second, and then you go. So all the people in Vrindavan used to talk about the wonderful time of Krishna they had, right? So after lifting Govardhan Hill, they all were very amazed. Like little boy had lifted lifted Govardhan Hill on his pinky finger, just like an elephant holds a lotus flower, like no burden at all. Can you lift something for even half an hour? Your arm's gonna tired. The little boy had lifted for 7 days. So everybody's gossiping. You see the gopis are talking more about Krishna on the right hand side picture. The mans are talking about Krishna, how wonderful he is, right? So they all are talking about this. All right, so this is I was talking that we're going to revise all the so far demons were killed. It's right in here. So go ahead first, read the first paragraph only, okay?
Okay. When he was
We cannot hear you. I think your internet is gone. We cannot. We cannot.
Mic
hear
was muted.
you. Okay.
When he was very small baby and could not see even properly, he killed the demon Putna. By sucking her milk, he was also sucked out her life air. When he was only 3 months old, he slept underneath a
Underneath.
hand cart. By
Underneath.
kicking his small feet, the cart broke apart and fell to pieces. When he was only 1 year old, he was carried by the whirlwind demon called Tarvanta. Krishna was carried very high in the sky, but he hung on the demon's neck and forced him to fall down the sky and die. Once his mother was very angry that he stole butter, tied him to a wooden grinder mortar. The child pushed it towards the pair of Yamana Arjun trees and they fell. Once he was playing
Okay,
with
stop there.
Balama.
Stop there. Okay. So
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, thank you. Yeah. So he started to killing demon when he had not even opened his eyes, right? So he killed the Putana, and then he killed the demon came in the form of cart. Anybody remember the name of that demon? It's a Sakadasura. He came as a cart, right? So he was killed by kicking just a little bit kicking by the cart. So because he's just a 3-month-old, how much he can do the force? But he's a Krishna, right, Lord? So by kicking the cart, he killed that demon. Then the tornado demon came. Tarnvarta came as a tornado. Then he killed him by hang on his neck. And then his mother, when he stole the mother one time, the mother tied him to the mortar and he freed the two Kubera's son from that Arjuna trees, and when Arjuna trees fall down. Pragya?
Yes.
Would you read this and then go on the top of the pictures, okay?
Okay. Once he was playing with Balrama and the cows in the forest when a demon named Bakasura appeared. Krishna at once broke the demon's beaks apart. Then the half-calf demon Bakasura tried to kill him, but Krishna took the demon and threw him into a tree. Another time, Krishna and Balrama went to the Talvana forest, where the Denukasura demon and all his demonic donkey friends attacked them. Krishna and Balrama caught their back legs and threw them into palm trees and killed them. Then the Talvana forest was open for the use of the people and animals of Vrindavana.
Hare Krishna. Very good.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah. So the Bakasura was killed, and then Bakasura came in a big duck form, right? So the beak was broken. Then the Vatsasura came as a calf, and he came with other cows and calf. But Krishna is a knower of past, present, and future. So he knew that is a Vatsasura demon. So he killed him by throwing him onto the tree. Then in Talavana forest, there was a nice fruits and so much fruit, very nice, but nobody can go inside because of the demon named Dhenukasura. So Krishna's cowherd boys said that we wanted to enjoy those fruits. So Krishna and Balaram took care of Dhenukasura, and Dhenukasura's all friends in a donkey form. He killed all of them by throwing them on the tree, and they just play like a little toy, right? They just pull them with the leg or pull them with the tail and swirl around and throw it on the tree. So that's how they were getting rid of all those demons. And Talavana forest was so nice. There was not so nice fruit. So the forest that Talavana was open forest for the Vrindavan people. And this is, see if I can make it bigger for you guys. No, but this is the picture where Krishna born. Let me put them here, you guys. Krishna born. This is a Putana. Then these are gopis and mothers are giving sour. This is Dhanavarta, the tornado demon. The Krishna was eating butter with Balarama, and then Krishna sews the whole universe in his mouth, and Krishna making mom Yasoda Maya run behind him and then mother tied him to the mortar, and then with the mortar Arjuna trees fall down. This is the Kuvera's 2 sons came out, and then this is because they are so much having a trouble in a Gokula, so they're going to the Vrindavana still, and they're enjoying the forest here. And then this is a demon Vastrasura. Then this is a Agasura. We didn't talk about that. The Agasura also, the demon came as the form of Ajgar. So that, and then all people are enjoying that. This is a Brahma took the boys, that's a Leela, and then here all cowherd boys, he saw the Vishnu form to the Brahma. He expanded himself as a cowherd boy. So that's Brahma saw, and Brahma was also same for his act, and he asked for forgiveness. And this is a Kaliya. It's coming more now at the bottom. So let's read that first, okay? Let's read this 1, 2. Okay, this 2 lines. So Purnima, you there?
Yes, mother.
Can you read all 5 lines here?
Okay. When
Pralambasura
demon pretended to be a cowherd boy, Krishna and Balarama finished his hawk. Then Krishna saved his friends and all the cows from the terrible forest fire and punished the Kaliya separate in the lake by making him leave the Yamuna river. Just think how wonderful it is. Nanda Maharaj, Krishna is not like any other boys. Maybe he is the supreme personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Very good. So the Pralambasura demon, we learned that in I think last class, right? So he came as a pretend like a cowherd boy, and then he was in a Krishna's team, and then he was killed by the Balarama. And just think how wonderful it is, right? Nand Maharaj, Krishna is not any other boy, but he is the supreme personality of Godhead. So list all the pastime of Lord Krishna that are mentioned here, one by one. All right. When he was when he was not able to open the eyes, who was killed?
Putana.
All right. One answer comes, then you stop. Okay. When he was 3 months old, who came?
Takarasura.
Takarasura. Then he was 1 year old. Then who came?
Teacher
Trinantra.
Tornado demon, right? You were one demon. Then what did he do when mom tied him to the mortar? He freed who? He freed the 2 Kuvera's son, right? And then Pralambasura he killed. Then who else he killed? Bakasura. Then Vatsasura, Agasura.
Tenasura, ma'am.
Right. Anybody remember Putna's brother's name?
Agasura
Kapsan,
and
ma'am.
Bakasura. Agasura and Bakasura.
Agasura and Bakasura. Very
Bakasura.
good. So they all were killed by the Krishna. Was Kalia a demon? No.
He
right?
was a snake.
No.
Yeah, but he was
With
not a
100
demon.
heads.
But he had made Yamuna river very poisonous. That's why he made him to go away. He did not kill Kalia, right? He made him to go out from there. So now, is Vivan there? Vivan? All right, Gargi?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
King Nanda said, "My dear friend, once Garga Muni said to me that this boy will give pleasure and good fortune to my family and everyone in Vrindavana. He said that he is just like Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He also said that anyone who loves this boy, Krishna will always win over the demons. Even though we have so many troubles, this boy will help us overcome them all." All the cowherd men listened nicely and became happy hearing the wonderful story of Krishna. They said, "Let Krishna, who is so kind and beautiful, take care of us. May we always live peacefully under the protection of wonderful
Hare
Krishna."
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So we remember that the name ceremony was happened, right? Balrama and Krishna. So Vasudev sent the Gargamuni to Nanda Maharaj, say, go ahead and secretly do the ceremony because Kamsa wants to kill the Krishna. So that's why Gargamuni came, and when Gargamuni came, he did say that he's having all the opulence is what the Lord Vishnu has it, Krishna has it. So that's what they are saying this here again. Krishna is so beautiful, so kind. He gives the forgiveness. He takes care of anybody who takes the shelter of the lotus feet of Krishna. In Kali Yuga, we take a shelter of lotus feet of Krishna by chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And going to any demigod, you get the same material benefit for that. Also, you can go to Krishna. Krishna may fulfill first, but Krishna what does? He just purifies your heart first, because our heart, we have a lot of impurities of ego and jealousy and all these kinds of all bad habits we have it. He's going to try to slowly clear our soul like the mirror covered with the fog. You can't see your face. Similarly, he's clearing all the dirt from our soul and making us pure first. So once you start making connection, Krishna is going to be, you feel like he's with you all the time, right? So the peace. So everybody, maybe always live peacefully under the protection of wonderful Krishna by taking a shelter to the lotus feet of Krishna. In Kali Yuga, as I said, we do the chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. And why were the boys not afraid of demons? Because they are always
They're always near Krishna.
near Krishna. And when Lord is with you, you don't afraid with anything, right? And they saw that he took care of all the demons. And who was sending the demons?
Kansa.
King Kamsa, right. All right, so now we're going to learn the next story about the Varun Deva, okay? So, Nitesh?
Hare Krishna, ma'am.
Hare Krishna.
On Ekadesi, Maharaja Nandan did not eat for all day. Early the next morning, he went to take bath in the Yamuna river. When he went deep into the water, he was caught and taken by the servant of Varnudeva, the king of the sea. Varna was angry because Nanda Maharaj took bath there at the wrong time. Hare Krishna, ma'am.
Hare Krishna. Do you, is that feels weird that took a bath at wrong time? Nowadays it is, right? In previous time, you have to eat at proper time. You have to take a bath at a proper time. Nowadays, people just a weird day, weird time, anything, right? They eat at night, at midnight. In a previous, it was say you cannot eat at night. Asura eats at night. So similarly, like what happens here that Ekadasi, after the fast, next day you break the fast. Before that, you have to take a shower. Like nowadays, people eat anytime before even taking a bath or shower, right? But you have to take a bath, you clean yourself first and then do it. But the Nanda Maharaj, what he did, he went to the Yamuna river and he took the bath. He didn't realize that it was an earlier time than he should go. And according to the astronomical calculation, the time in which he took the bath was considered a demonic time. So Nanda Maharaj wanted to take a bath in the Yamuna river early in the morning before sunrise. That was his purpose, right? But somehow or other, he was a little earlier that day. And consequently, he was arrested by the Varun Deva's servant. And they took Nanda Maharaj to Varun Deva. So when did Nanda Maharaj go to take a bath in the Yamuna river?
Very early.
Early morning, ma'am.
Yeah, very early, and that time, based on the astronomical calculation, time was a demonic time. Who is Varun Deva?
King of sea.
The demon of
King
sea.
of sea.
King of sea.
King of sea.
Wonderful. You guys know everything. Why did his servant catch Maharaj Nand Maharaj?
Because
It
he
was the
passed
wrong
at
He
time.
parted in the last time.
Right. Nitesh, go ahead and finish this one.
Okay, ma'am. Nanda Maharaj's friends called loudly for Krishna and Balram to come help. So Krishna and Balram quickly went to the home of Varuna. Varuna welcomed them with great respect and said, I am sorry, forgive me and my servants, my dear Lord Krishna, Govinda. Here is your father, please take him back. And so they went back with Nanda Maharaj safely. When all the men came out of the river with Nanda Maharaj, they worshipped Krishna with nice prayers. Hare Krishna, ma'am.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So what happened here, that actually the Nanda Maharaj, when he was caught by the Varun Deva's servants, he asked for the help, right? So the Krishna and Balarama quickly went to the Varun Deva. So Varun Deva, what he said, he said, I think that it was your plan to show me your mercy by your personal presence here in my abode, right? So that's what he said. And see, he said, my dear Krishna, Govinda, he addressed him as a Govinda, right? And here's your father, take him back. So that's what he did. And then Krishna took him and then came back. So Purnima, how was Nanda Maharaj released from Varun Deva? Swati?
Ma'am, when Krishna came and asked sorry. Sorry. And Varun Deva told that take your father. He also respectedly told us Govinda, and he told that to take his father.
Yeah, very good. All right, so we are talking about every day since Gita we started learning, and I'm so very, very glad, and you guys are so fortunate, and thanks to your parents too. They make you understand Gita for 18 days. You did that journey with me. So you, at very young age, you guys are learning this. So how powerful our Mahamantra is. Krishna Mahamantra. The name Krishna is 3 times as powerful as the holy name of Rama. 1000 names of Vishnu are equal to 1 name of Rama. And every 3 times 1 chant the holy name of Rama, one can attain the same results by chanting the name of Krishna once. And for every 3000 times 1 chant the name of Vishnu, One can attain the same result by chanting just once the name of Lord Krishna or 3 times the chanting of Lord Ram. So we see how powerful is the name of Lord Krishna. All this is mentioned in a Brahmananda Purana. I am not saying, ISKCON not saying is from the Purana. Purana comes from Krishna, right? We don't make it up. So this is a sloka. Purnima?
Ma'am, can you hear me now? It has
Yes.
started. It has
Yes.
started that time. Ma'am, shall I repeat?
Gargi? Let's do somebody else first and then you do.
Okay, ma'am.
Gargi?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
From the sloka.
Yes.
Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanaya sambhavami yuge yuge.
Swati?
परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे.
Now you go, Purnima.
Pranaya sadhuna vinasaya cha duskritam dharma samtam
Sansthapanarthaya
samsthapanataya sambhavi yuge yuge.
Yuge. Okay. Read the translation.
Mom.
Do quickly.
Me?
Yes, do quickly.
Okay, ma'am. In order to deliver the pills and annihilate the miscreants as well as the reestablish the principles of religion, I advent myself millennium after millennium.
So in order to deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, and to re-establish the dharma, he comes after millennium. So Nitesh,
Ma'am,
could you please read this first paragraph and Pragya, you read the second.
Hare Krishna. Ma'am.
Hare Krishna.
Lord Krishna loves his devotees and always helps them when they are in trouble. When the demons are seeing the devotees, Krishna comes in
Harassing.
harassing. When the demons are harassing in devotees, Krishna comes in order to destroy the demons and help the devotees. However, the main reason Krishna comes is because his devotees want to see him in his pastimes. There are many types of incarnations, avatars, but Krishna is the source of all of them in every yuga, age. Krishna incarnates descends from the kingdom of God. Hare Krishna, man.
Hare Krishna. Pragya, are you there?
Yes.
Go ahead, read the second paragraph, please. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. In this age of Kali Yuga, Krishna descends as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In each incarnation, Krishna tries to teach the principles of God consciousness according to the ability of people to understand in Kali Yuga. Lord Chaitanya does not kill the demons but tries to save them. He teaches the congregational chanting of the holy names, which washes away all the dirt in the heart and gives one love of God. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Very good, very good. So Lord Krishna, when he comes, when the demons harasses the devotee, Krishna loves his devotees, so he wants to make sure the devotees are okay. So he comes to re-establish the dharma. And in Kali Yuga, Krishna, previous we saw that all the demons were killed by the Krishna, but in Kali Yuga, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what he did, he awakens the God consciousness according to the ability of person to understand. Sometimes you tell one thing to one person, understand, the other person don't understand. Do you experience that? Right? Because it depends on their ability to understand that. So it's a God consciousness. This is a spirituality. So people understand based on their belief, based on their understanding ability. So Lord Chaitanya does not kill the demons, but they tries to save them by changing their heart, make pure their heart. And he teaches the chanting of the holy name, which more you do the holy name, as I said earlier, it cleans out the dirt from your soul, cleans the dirt in your heart, means cleans the dirt from your soul and gives one love for God. More the dirt's cleaned out, you may get more connection with the Lord. That's how it happened. What does Krishna do when he comes to the world? This world? Re-establish the
Re-establish the world, ma'am.
dharma. Right? Re-establish the dharma. And kills the demon. What does Krishna and his incarnation do to the demons? They
Kill them.
kill them. And how is the incarnation of Lord Chaitanya different from all other incarnations? Lord Chaitanya,
Lord Chaitanya tries to save the demons, not kill them like Krishna.
and save them by cleaning the dirt in their, wash away all the dirt in their heart, right?
Heart.
Right. Is anybody know Tulsi Arti here?
Ma'am.
No? Okay.
No.
We're gonna learn this. Tulsi
No,
Arti.
ma'am.
Okay. Okay. So this is a sloka, Tulsi Pranama. It's the same similar way what you read in the Bhagavad Gita. Vrindayi Tulsi Devayai Priyayai Kesavaya Cha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavatyai Namo Nama. The translation of this sloka, let's read first. I offer, read that, Nitis, the verse. I offer
Hare Krishna, ma'am.
introduction.
I offer my repeated observance onto Vrinda Srimati Tulasi Devi, who is very dear to Lord Kesava. Oh, Goddess, you bestow devotional service to God Krishna and possess the highest truth.
So this
Hare
is
Krishna, ma'am.
Hare Krishna. Obeisances we are doing to the Vrinda. Vrinda is a Tulsi. Tulsi is very dear to Vishnu, Lord Krishna, Keshava, right? So you bestow the devotional service to Lord Krishna and possess the highest truth. So that's the mantra's translation. And this is a Tulsi Kirtana, it says, but it's actually a Arati of Tulsi. Namo Namaha. Tulsi Krishna Preyasi Namo Nama Radha Krishna Seva Pao Eya Bilasi. Tulsi, you Krishna Preyasi Namo Nama Radha Krishna Seva Pao. Hold on just a second. What happened? Oh, I think my Zoom session has been ended, okay? Hold on. You guys hang in there, okay?
Ma'am,
Yes.
it just stuck, ma'am.
Hold on. What happened?
Wait, it's clear.
Do you see my screen or not? You all?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
I
ma'am.
see your screen.
I screen your screen. I see.
I also see your screen, ma'am.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes,
I don't
ma'am.
know what happened. It just slides out. I'm sorry for that. I apologize. So, Krishna, Priyasi Namo Nama, Radha Krishna, Seva Pao, Abhilasi. That's my wishes, to get the Seva Pao, means get the Seva of Radha Krishna. Jeto Mara Sarana Loya, Tara Vancha Purna Hoya. Kripa Kori Koro Tare Vrindavan Vasi. Morae Abhilasa Vilasa Kunjediyo Vasa. Namaya Haribo Sada Yugala Hariparasi. Eini Vedanadara Sakira Anugata Kora. Seva Adhikara Diyo Korani Jadasi. Dina Krishna Dasa Koye Eye Namura Sri Radha Govinda Premi Sadayena Basi. And then this is the Pradakshina. When you do the Pradakshina, like circumambulances, then you do this. Yani kani cha papani brahma hitayadikani cha tani tani pranashyanti pradakshina ye pade pade. And this is the translation for the Tulsi Arati. Is anybody has a Tulsi at home? You all should have it, right? Yes, very good. So when you do the Tulsi Pradakshina, you do this, and you do this Arati to the...
Ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, Tulsi is very favorite for Krishna, ma'am.
Right. He loves Tulsi. So you worship Tulsi, and Krishna will be very happy. So go ahead, Swati, read this first two, then Gargi, read the second two, okay?
Okay, ma'am. O Tulsi, deload of Krishna, I bow before you again and again. My desire is to obtain the service of Sri Radha Krishna.
Second.
However, takes shelter of your has his wishes fulfilled, bestowing your mercy on him. You make him a resident of Vrindavan. Hare Krishna.
Gargi.
Hare Krishna. My desire is that you will also grant me a residence in the pleasure grove of Sri Vrindavanadhana. Thus, within my vision, I will always behold the beautiful pastimes of Radha and Krishna. I beg you to make me a follower of the cowherd dancers of Raja. Please give me the privilege of devotional service and make me your own maid servant.
Hare Krishna. Purnima, finish this. Are you listening, Purnima?
Yes, ma'am.
So I say go ahead and read the 5 and the last 2 lines.
Krishna Das, praise may I always swim in the love of Sri Radha and Govinda by the
circumambulances
of Srimati Tulasi Devi, all the sins that one may have committed or destroyed at every step, even the sin of killing a Brahma. Hare Krishna.
Brahmana, not the Brahmana.
Brahmana.
Okay. Yes. So I'm going to stop recording, then we can talk, okay?